Welcome, everyone, to another exciting adventure with Altadena Talks. I'm Brian Bacchus, one of your co-hosts.
I'm Jamal Smith, another co-host, and...
Morning, it's Tony.
The ultimate co-host.
I'm just the third in the trio.
Stop playing, girl. Stop playing.
I bring up the rear.
That ain't what your mama be saying. Mm-hmm.
My mom says you two are geniuses.
Oh, well, you know, our parents never give us the accolades. They always give everybody else.
Such kind words.
So smart.
My mom used to
asked
tell
her one
people,
time. I asked her one time. I said, "And I'm chopped liver." Well, no, but you know, they're just so. I was like, "Ain't this some?"
I used to brag.
She's apparently used to giving you accolades.
No, not at all.
She knows that's a given.
No, because you already know how smart you
her
are.
baby is outstanding.
That's how my mom goes. She goes, I don't know why you always complaining about whenever you don't compliments. You know how smart you are. So I like to hear it sometimes. It
right.
Makes me feel a little bit.
Just won't hear it, Mama. Just won't hear
Just
it.
one time. Don't do me like Antoine Fisher, Mama, man.
Happy Wednesday, way back, wacky, whatever Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. We're halfway through the week.
Happy whatever Wednesday.
Happy whatever Wednesday. And you know what is great is this week, we don't have a holiday as the fourth day. Because I'm going to tell you, last week I was messed up after doing Juneteenth on Thursday. And then Friday I had to go back to work. And found out that they weren't even closed on Juneteenth, so I just had a day off that I took. Like,
said, hey, that's a national federal holiday. You better slow your roll.
I did. I told him, I said, that's a federal holiday. I thought we were closed. So, anywho, but I'm glad that this week we're kind of back to normal because it was a bit confusing last week.
Yeah, it threw me off because I thought Saturday was Sunday.
Whatever Wednesday. Okay. I don't want to see the camera.
Long as it starts with a W, I don't care.
Why is he?
Yeah, why is he moving like that? He's humping. That's why I said I don't want to see the camel humping. Okay.
What are you talking about?
Oh, he didn't see. That's right.
He didn't see when you
look at the
pulled that
screen.
Oh. Because I'm over here doing my job. That's why
it would be different if it was just his hump that we saw, but he's actually doing the hump.
But he also got lips and all that stuff.
Right.
The humpty dance is your chance to do the hump. Do it, baby.
The lips look like, what's that? We like the moon.
Oh, God.
Like he would be saying, we out here.
I used to go to these weird sites that had all these weird things, and they had these two gerbils singing. One was playing the guitar, and the other one was singing. It was crazy. So I always go there when I was depressed or sad, and I go look at that, and that would just make me laugh so hard. So,
yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff, funny stuff out there that'll cheer you up for sure.
Oh yeah, all you gotta do is look at those baby videos now.
So for way back Wednesday today, we're going to continue on our civics lesson since this is civics week, and Brian's going to be pulling some things up. However, there are a ton of events and activities this week, including today. So Jamal is going to kick it off and start us with the announcements instead of them coming in later. But yeah.
All right. Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
All right, here we go.
I always feel so refreshed when that music comes on. Oh.
Just a quick washing over, the little cleansing of the music. All right, everybody, we're going to start with the mini slides today. As usual, we're going to start with the survivor support locations. I did get a new slide. This one does not show that they're closed on Juneteenth, but the location is the Altadena Community Center at 730 East Altadena Drive. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and they are closed on the weekends. So you got to get them Monday through Friday. Also, we have the One Stop Permit Center located at 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210. They have walk-in hours Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30. If you want to set up an appointment specifically with this group, you can do it as an individual or a small group. Those appointments are available Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., as well as Saturdays from 8 a.m. to noon. You can also set up an appointment specifically with Southern California Edison, and they're available Mondays and Wednesdays only from 8 a.m. to noon. Now, to schedule your appointment, you do have to go to the website recover.lacounty.gov, go /rebuilding/1-stop-permit-centers, and then there'll be a link that says schedule an appointment on that page. Also, again, for those who did not do anything related to choosing whether to have the Army Corps of Engineers remove the debris or not, or for those who actually opted out and were going to take care of it themselves, you have until the 30th of June to completely remove your debris. Otherwise, your property may be declared a public nuisance. If so, the county may go ahead and just take steps to remove the debris themselves and give you the bill. And if for some reason you don't pay that, then they may put a lien on your property. So just avoid all that altogether and take care of your debris by the 30th of this month, which is next week, right? Good gosh. Time is moving quickly. Good God. CalAssist Mortgage Fund. This is for displaced folks who were displaced because of the California disaster, the fires. You get relief from your mortgage payments from the state's CalAssist Mortgage Fund for 3 months or up to a maximum of $20,000. The funds never have to be repaid, and it's free to apply. One thing to note, though, is the funds, if you qualify and you get the grant, these funds go directly to your mortgage servicer. You do not touch the money. It goes straight to the people who you send your mortgage to. Now, for eligibility, your primary residence must have been destroyed or is considered uninhabitable due to the qualified disaster. Obviously, our disaster that qualifies us is the Eaton fire. You must own and occupy your home, and it can be up to 4 units on the property. And you have to meet the program income limits. You can get all those details when you go to calassistmortgagefund.org. But be prepared to provide your mortgage statement, bank statements, utility bills, homeowners insurance, or FEMA claim, as well as your proof of income. And once you actually get on there, it's real easy. There's a button specifically that says apply here. And also to note that the grants will be awarded to eligible applicants as long as funds are available. And once the funds have been awarded, there's no additional applications that will be approved. All right, so go ahead and jump on that. And Tony shared this with me a little earlier. So there is the fund here that's developed from donations of individuals, businesses, organizations concerned with the recovery of residents in the community of Altadena. So the Altadena Town Council initiated this fund in partnership with GoFundMe, and the Town Council has also assembled a committee of volunteers to review applications. So this please note the following qualifications are required to apply. You must have been a resident of Altadena on January 7th, 2025 and adversely affected by the Eaton fire. Only one person per household may apply. Got to be over 18 years of age. The grants range from $500 to $5,000 and are a one-time only and one again per household. The availability of the grants is limited to funds raised and funds available at the time of the application. If it's granted to you, you agree to use the funds to meet the needs that you requested. And to receive funds, you must either have a GoFundMe account or an email account and accept a Visa gift card via email to communicate. You may be asked, but are not required to share your story about the use of the grant for reporting to donors and the community regarding the impact of the fund. And please provide the following information, following information requested. The AERFF Advisory Committee will review all applications that are submitted by July 6th, and grants will be awarded beginning the 15th of July. And the link to apply, we created a short link at altadenatalks.org/ATC fund. So definitely get on that as soon as possible. All right. So here's the other activities going on. So from now through August 15th at the Jefferson branch and the Villa branch of the library, there is the free lunch at the library service that they have. These are providing healthy meals for children ages 0 to 18. The nice thing is there's no registration required, and this is available from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. If you're between those ages, you can go through during those time slots and get a free meal, free lunch. Also, the free medical and mental health clinic at the Eaton Health Village is every Monday and Wednesday from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. The location is 1280 East Washington Boulevard in Pasadena. They do take walk-ins, or you can come by to actually schedule an appointment. If you have questions or want to set up an appointment, you can reach them at area code 951-595-7032. So there's another air purifier and diaper distribution. For air purifiers, you must have your ID with the Altadena, Pasadena, Sierra Madre, and La Cañada address, and you must currently be living in the area. Not sure about that particular one because, some people are dispersed, but hey, go up with your ID and you should be fine. Now, for diapers, it's the same thing. It's Altadena addresses only. If you live in Pasadena and lost your job or had your hours cut in Altadena due to the Eaton fire, you got to bring proof. Now, this is available again today from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and it's at 2150 Glen Rose Avenue in Altadena. Please come early, and please do not come after hours. Respect their privacy as they reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. I think that kind of goes to that video I mentioned last week where there was somebody kind of yelling at them.
Well, I think also, part of that is because it's a residence. This is not a business.
Correct.
And he is doing it out of the kindness of his heart. He's started out just doing things on his own with money, but then got donations and all that. So, yeah, it's his, yeah.
Yep. Great point. Also today from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Zoom, you can actually, the LA County Assessor, Jeff Prang, is leading efforts to help fire survivors like us navigate the tax system and get the relief we're entitled to. This is your chance to hear directly from him. If you want to register, you want to go to EF as in Frank survivors.net/events. This again is today from 8 to 9 on Zoom.
I'm glad we already had him on.
Right. Also today at 6 p.m. is the Eaton Fire Community Meeting for tenants and family. This is where you get to join LA Fire Justice and Teamsters for a panel discussion around total losses, displacement, the process of getting the money you're owed from Edison, and the power of collective effort. This is located at the Teamsters Hall, 2050 Lincoln Avenue in Pasadena. And opening remarks will be from Chris Holden, and panelists will be Brandon Lamar, Michael Leone, and Jonathan Gardner. Again, this is today at 6 p.m. If you want to register, you can scan the QR code below, or you can go to altadenatalks.org/LA Fire Justice Events. Also today, there's community conversation about navigating compound losses. This is from 6 hours, starting at 6 p.m. It doesn't show how long it'll go, but 6 p.m. Today. So basically, if you're having a hard time adjusting after experiencing, in this case, the fire, If so, you're not alone. Compounded loss or multiple layers of losses from major trauma like extreme weather can force us into a new reality we barely recognize. So join fellow extreme weather survivors and mental health experts on Wednesday today at 6 p.m. to connect and learn coping strategies, and we're stronger together. If you want to RSVP, you go to tr.ee/cc-June.
Is that at a location, or it just says you have to RSVP? It's not like, is it on Zoom? Is it a location? We don't know, huh?
I'm pretty sure it's Zoom. I did not actually go to that link today.
I'm pulling it up now. Yeah, it is a Zoom link.
Pretty sure it is Zoom. Yeah.
Yep, it is Zoom. Okay. Thank you.
Of course. And also, as it is every Wednesday from 12 to 3, We Out Here Market is at Fair Oaks Burger. This is at 2560 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Altadena. As usual, they have a ton of things out there: hot food and snacks, shelf-stable foods, hygiene products, face masks, legal advice, and much more. And you do have to prove and provide proof of Altadena residency with your ID. Also, if you're looking to partner, sponsor, or donate for this, for We Out Here, please contact Miss Juicy Little at gmail.com and you can get that all set up.
We out here.
Yeah, I missed that yesterday. Here we go. Also, there is a pop-up jazz at the Paseo Summer Series beginning tomorrow, June 26th at 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the courtyard with a special guest, Wayne Lindsay and Friends, and DJ at Brandon 5678. This is located at 300 East Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena. Sounds like it should be a nice event, and the weather's going to cooperate because it's going to be getting warm, in the next few days. So in the evening, that should be nice. Found this one, the Man Cave at Perry's Joint, featuring a live jazz band and expert panelists. So this one is going to be Friday, June 27th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Perry's Joint, 2051 Lincoln Avenue in Pasadena. Join us for a night of jazz, great conversation, network building, and delicious sandwiches. There will be a live jazz band with local artists, panel discussions from experts in men's wellness and well-being. I can't read that. And activities for self-growth and awareness. What you want to do is scan the QR code. The event does require an invitation and RSVP, and you actually scan the QR code to get that. And we'll have another link for that.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if that QR code actually works.
Yeah, I didn't want to bombard you with all these short links at the time.
So this is for men.
Man,
it's overall wellness. They're gonna talk. There will be a component specific for men's wellness, but it looks like just well-being altogether.
No, I wasn't saying anything negative. I just think that it's great if it is something for men, because all the men that have been affected by the fire, by the moves, the change, all of that, and men typically hold things in. And especially in African American and Latino communities, men really hold and, I have to be strong and this and that, which is a myth. And I think that to have a space like this for the men to maybe talk or whatever, and be able to express amongst themselves, like Brian, we know did it and started the podcast that way because he went live, didn't expect to get super emotional and all of that, but it happened. So I think that that's really good that they are doing this. It's super important.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking of, people always talk about, oh man, don't say that. And I was thinking about Friday when Debo said, stop being a punk and come on.
Who did that?
Debo did that to
Friday.
To Chris Tucker's character when he was breaking in the house. Stop being a Punk can come on. But he didn't say punk. He said something.
Right, exactly. That's why I was like, huh?
That's why men don't say nothing, because other men be, oh, you ain't nothing but a punk.
And that shouldn't be the case.
That shouldn't be the case.
Right.
Yeah.
So then the next one is a post-fire workshop. So protections against rent gouging. This is a topic we kind of, touched on over the last couple days. This is going to be located at the Jackie Robinson Center at 1020 North Fair Oaks Avenue. Again, today from 2 to 4:30. Free Know Your Rights workshop on protections against wildfire disaster rent gouging, and a free Q&A with housing attorneys. You can register by going to lafla.org/fires or scan the QR code.
Hold on. Oh, well, that's easy.
Yeah, you're not sorry to that one.
Sorry.
Oh,
there's the one.
I was trying to exit the screen and touch the wrong
Perry's
thing.
Wellness. That's what I put it as.
So yeah, I went back to the slide, and if you want to register instead of scanning the QR code, you can go to that link there, altadenatalks.org/Perry's Wellness.
Yeah, because Brian is going to do a short link, y'all.
Yep.
Oh, you know it.
Thank you very, very much.
I'm going to give it to you.
You know what? I think I mixed up the slides. There was one that's supposed to be for Friday. But anyway, this is for Saturday. This is put on by Sasha Renee Perez. It's Our Children's Mental Health After the Eden Fire, Healing Together. This is from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturday, and it's at Pasadena City College at the Gravelling Lounge, which is located at 1570 East Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena. To register, you can scan the QR code, or you can go to senate.ca.gov/mental-health. And there will be staff will be on site to provide state and legislative resources as well. Also on Saturday is the Dina Art Fair. It's a wildfire relief fundraiser. It's Saturday, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Alma Fuerte Public Charter School. This is located at 524 Palisade Street in Pasadena. And one of the local businesses that will be there is Rhythms of the Village, and there will be multiple others. There are several other renditions of this flyer that focus on different vendors that will be there.
But is this specifically a fundraiser for Rhythms of the Village?
No.
Oh, okay.
It is not.
Because that's what, if I read this that says support a local business, Rhythms of the Village, I would think this is a fundraiser for them.
No, if it is, then it's all the businesses that will actually be there, because there's other flyers that have other businesses on them. So
either way, it's supporting local businesses, which is great.
So more than likely, they're going to have a booth there, or they're going to perform. So, the other vendors that I did see on the other flyers, they were vendors that were at like the one at Muir. So, that people could actually support them by buying some of their wares.
Nice.
Cool. And then there's a day of play. So come join Save the Children's Day of Play. This is also at PCC on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., 1570 East Colorado Boulevard. Parking is in the lot number 4. There will be a free backpack giveaway filled with fun and educational activities. To participate in this, you would scan the QR code below. And there'll be a toddler area, big games, arts and crafts, snacks and beverages, bubble station, free play, and a whole lot of good stuff for the children. So join us as Altadena's native Michael Higgins plays musical tribute to our great city on Saturday, June 28th from 1 to 3 p.m. This is located at Loma Alta Park in Altadena. This should be a good event. Also Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., it's a virtual workshop. The workshop will include an overview of the resource guide and the information and resources for planning, designing, and constructing a high-performance building more resilient to fire risk. To register, you would go to lacounty.pw /rebuild-resources, or you could scan the QR code. 2 more slides, you guys. On Sunday, June 29th from 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., there's a special event at the Arboretum put on by Georgina Fredericks Children Foundation. There'll be scavenger hunts, curiosity carts, microscope tables, Arboretum wish tree, seed giveaway, and raptor visits. If you want to participate, definitely scan the QR code. One thing to note, as I did look at this particular one, you are scanning a particular time period to start your venture, and those slots are kind of going rather quickly. So if you're interested, definitely register quickly as soon as possible. And then lastly, join us for a design showcase and a meet and greet where we'll be officially introducing the Foothill catalog. This is going to be at is it Beede or Bede? The Venerable Church at 215 Foothill Boulevard in La Cañada, Flint Ridge. The parking entrance is off of Crown Avenue. So this is Sunday from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. And this is phase 1 of the introduction of the Foothill catalog. For more information, you can contact community@foothillcatalog.org.
And when Jamal says join us, he's talking about it's being hosted by neighbors of Altadena, not us.
Correct. Great clarification.
Because I know you read it, but people will probably be like, oh, okay.
Absolutely. And with that, we are all back.
Welcome back.
So I just wanted to bring focus on our website. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So I wanted to pull our website up because we've had some additions to it, and we've all been discussing it this morning. Before we jump into way back.
Oh, we're gonna do it today instead of tomorrow. You changed your mind?
Oh, we decide tomorrow?
It's quite all right. Let's go. You did, but I know where your brain is right now, so it's quite all right.
All over the place.
It's over there. It's over there. It's over there.
Right,
There's some down
you can
there.
deal with this, and you can deal with that, and you can deal with this, and you can deal with that.
Yeah, I was like,
okay.
We're going to discuss it today. You were like, nah, let's wait till tomorrow. I was like, okay, either one.
Well, we're really not officially launching our fresh website until July 1st
of July.
But we do now have membership and sponsorship windows. So if you go to the sponsorship link, you'll see what all entails your sponsorship. I'm not going to read this to you. You can read it yourself. And then if you want to participate in the sponsorship, you just click this button that says purchase today, and it will take you to our page that has all of the things that are here. So I just want to give you guys a little thing. Say you pick $10,000, right? And you pick your
an individual or a business or anybody.
Well, there's all of them. So you can do community partner, community contributor, all of them. But the reason why I picked this one is because if you decide to get this one, right, and then you scroll to the bottom and you pay $10,000, you get a receipt for $6,000. That's tax deducted. You get 60% tax deduction. So we've already calculated it for you. So nice. You don't have to worry about looking for it. And if you just want to give us some money, here's right here. You can just put some money right there.
Community contributor. Add a donation.
The one at the bottom. You just feel like you're compelled to help us. But instead of doing it here, what I would have you probably do is come to the membership page, because that's a little bit more of what we would want to have the community participate in, which memberships start from $10 a month on up to $50 a month. And you get a better deal when you do it by the year. And when you do this, your membership card is already automatically sent to you with your name on it and your expiration date and all of that good stuff. You're good to go. So don't forget about us when you need to do your tax deductions and you need somebody to donate to that's actually doing something with the money. then and I'm not saying other people aren't, but we're very transparent. We have our financials on the page. In fact, I don't even mind showing them to you because we're transparent. So here's our report for the end of the year. It's not quite the end of the year, the end of our fiscal year on June 30th. But I did it ahead of time because these are pretty much the numbers unless they change in the next week. This is what you'll go here and see what we've done, how we've spent money. This is what we do, and the programs are going to be having money spent on them too, but we're not starting until the fiscal year in July. But we just wanted to show you this because we want to set an example so other nonprofits will follow our lead if they dare. So here we go, all the metrics, all the podcast numbers, everything that we've done, all the people who are members. And Jamal's not program advisor; he's board chair. He's a board member. The reason why I said that because I'm not going to tell you why, but it just
yeah, I was like, when did I become board chair? But it's all good. You were just
because you are the take control of the leadership, and
it don't matter.
That's why you are there. If you guys want to download it, there's the button right there, and it'll take you right to this link, which will. Actually, that's not the link. That is downloading our. I clicked on the wrong link. Anyway, later on, you'll be able to go and do that. Now I'm lost.
Good job, Brian. That's excellent. Thank you for making sure that you have put everything in a succinct order and that people can see. Because we always talk about being transparent. We always talk about what we'd like to do or whatever. And the fact that a lot of nonprofits, and especially the ones that have started post-fire, aren't quite there yet and haven't completed what they should be to be a full nonprofit or an organization or whatever. It's really good that the three of us have been working. We talk behind the scenes all the time. We have phone calls. We have had one meeting and are scheduling another one very soon for our board meeting because we have to have that monthly at least and have our minutes and everything. And so we will also have our minutes available. But thank you, Brian. We've talked about it and you've gone in and just, gotten everything done and put it up. So it is a complete site. And if anybody has any questions and they don't have them directly to us via phone call, text, in person, or during the show, they can always go directly to our website and get everything that you need. And it just makes it easy because, like I said, we didn't ask for our first grant. We were put in for one. But when Lisa was talking to me about it, I said, just go to, our website. Right? The Altadena Talks, look under nonprofit, our letter is there. And she was like, that's perfect, Tony. Thank you. And so this makes it super easy for us to be able to speak to what we're doing, speak to people and say, if you want to know anything about us, here's where you can find it. So appreciate all the work, Brian, that you have done and continue to do to make sure that we are in compliance and ready and equipped for anybody that has any questions.
Yeah, what she said.
And then Jamal, I've been talking to both of y'all talking about that I was gonna hire somebody to do the website, but every time I say that, I go do everything.
You just go do it anyway.
Because it's what you do. That's why when you say it, I'd be like, mm-hmm.
And okay. I keep telling you too, just let me know if you need help.
We got to go on a little training session.
I can do that stuff too.
Exactly, all of us. But that's his thing. That's
I know he's about just being able to do.
He loves it.
No.
Oh, well, we be offering our help, but okay.
Yeah.
No, you guys, no. We're gonna have a video soon where we're all gonna be on the training, so it'll be recorded. What I do is really quite simple, and what you guys are tech savvy, so you'll pick it up real easily. Plus, it's already there. All you gotta do is add a page and stuff like that. So, Marcus, what's happening?
Yeah, I was wondering if you were on yesterday. We didn't get no comments, so I figured you had some other stuff going on.
People weren't commenting because they were listening.
There's that too.
They were
he still usually comments. He'll throw something in there like, yo.
Yeah, even if he says good morning ATP or something, but My mom commented a couple of times, but she said the same thing, that it was a really, really good show. A really, really good show.
Really good show.
Really good show.
Really good show here, guys.
And so, thank you, Marcus. That's our goal always. Like we've been saying from day one, we want to provide accurate information, and we want to make sure that people also are educated to know where they can go and find the information. Because if, they want to know something on a weekend and we're not here, hey baby, then, they could go back and look at a recording, or they could go, oh yeah, Brian said this, or Jamal said this, or Tony said. And so if we walk you through it and make it educational, then now you have the knowledge, so that at any time, if you want to go and look up something like a bill or anything else, you have it. And that's part of what we've been doing since January, trying to be a resource for people to get the knowledge, to get the facts, to get the for real deal stuff, right? Whether we bring someone on or we do it or whatever. So thank you, Marcus, for sharing your thoughts on that.
And Tracy just said, love you guys. What people don't know is Tracy is our fourth member, who is also handling our accounting and whatnot. So,
we'll be on the board, right?
Beyond the scenes that we ain't letting you really know, because they're working hard to be a part of us and help us expand. And, once you get certain amounts of money, now you got to actually have somebody to take care of it. So I ain't trying to do it.
Right. There are limits to the things we do.
I don't want to do it. That's what it is.
Leave that to the professionals.
Yeah, no one wants to do that except for the people who live for that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, my finance background, I don't like the accounting. That ain't what I like doing.
I never did.
I don't like numbers. I like money numbers, but I don't like numbers dealing with it like that.
Right.
And like the accounting piece. But there are people that geek out over it, and that's perfectly fine. That's their thing.
Yeah. They can do their thing.
I know your beeswax.
So thank you, Tracy, that's your thing.
Yep.
Yeah. She loves it.
And we love you back. We love you back.
As long as she has clients that she likes. Because, I'm the same way. If I don't like you as a client, I'm just going to terminate your contract.
Oh, it's rough.
Why are you paying a lot of money? My peace
Brian
of mind.
Would be like, I'm done. Goodbye.
Yeah.
In 2 seconds on you.
Here's your money back.
Oh yeah, no.
Here's your money.
Do that to a guy. I don't know.
No, he ain't giving money back for the work he's already done. Brian's
I'm talking about this one dude. He wanted me to do all this stuff. He gave me $1,000 deposit. He owed me $10,000. He started complaining and crying. We ain't even started yet. I said, you know what, man? You already gonna be a problem. Here's your money right back. Then he tells me, there's 1,000 of you out there, but then you're the only one that really know how to do this. I'm like. Come on, contradiction at its finest.
Go to one of them.
Yeah. In fact, here, I can give you Upwork, Fiverr. There's 1,000 of us, But you can see and touch me. You're not going to deal with Saran over there in India. You're not going to be able to get to him if he makes your job. So, I'm just saying.
Word up.
Okay, so now we've come to the... I call this Civics for Dummies, and I don't mean any disrespect, because there's a dummy series of books out there. Shaq even did it. He got a book, Business for Dummies, and that's how he learned how business worked. And it's not, it's called that. But if you really look at the fine print, it'll say Business for Dummies and a reference guide for the rest of us. That's what it always says after every title. So for those of us that don't know civics and do not understand government, Schoolhouse Rock has provided a great way for you to learn civics in jingles and animated form, because this way you can't miss.
And we've mentioned this many a time. It's been a resource that we refer back to over and over again.
Over and over.
I'm just a bill.
Okay, so here we go.
What you doing? What you bringing up?
I didn't even see all these comments.
Oh yeah.
You didn't? I had popped them up a minute ago.
Oh, did you? I wasn't on the screen. So did you do all of them?
Yeah, you be all the way. I
Yeah.
didn't do Brandon's. You be all over the place, like your brain.
Shay, I know firsthand what Brian did. I just seeing this stuff. That's why. Yeah, I will walk away from you if you are messing with my Zen.
Yeah, as you should.
I can't do it. I got a few people that might be watching this show that I've done something for you and you're upset. But I document everything, so you can't be upset at me. Be upset at yourself. And I'm just going to leave that right there. Anyway, we're going to mosey on over here to the shared drive and start off with let's start off with the Constitution.
Uh-oh.
Because there's a lot of people that don't understand the Constitution. A lot of people we know that are in office right now. So we're going to be showing you this 3-minute segment that we might have to talk a little bit through it because we don't want to get dinged, but we really want to bring you the information. So want to hear a song about it? Here it goes.
Hey, do you know about the USA? Do you know about the
Hey!
Can you tell me about the Constitution?
See how easy this is to learn the Constitution?
Hey, learn about the USA.
You guys remember this? Sing along.
Oh, yeah. These were the best.
I'm told our founding fathers did agree. Write a list of principles for keeping people free. The USA was
that didn't apply to everybody.
In some instances, it still doesn't.
Nope. And they look so happy being in the new land, right?
Yep.
Called it the Constitution, and it's been helping us run our country ever since.
We the people.
The first part of the
Here comes the song.
The preamble, and tells what those founding fathers set out to do. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union,
Yeah.
establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility.
Ooh, yeah.
Provide for the common defense.
When they turn it into flowers, come on.
All right.
Secure the blessings of liberty.
Oh, wait, put that on pause.
To ourselves and our posterity.
Because if you look, they're talking about we the people, but it's one brown.
Mm-hmm.
What they have never wanted it to be we the people, everybody. Anyway, go ahead.
Now I got to go back to that.
Yeah.
Establish justice, ensure
right there.
I was trying to stop, but it goes by too quick. They really didn't want you to speak.
Nope. Exactly. I was like, oh.
There we go.
Right
okay.
there.
So where's the Hispanic people? Where's the Asian?
I'm surprised they even have women in there.
Yeah, that too. Well, who else is missing? Armenians, people from India, Koreans.
They didn't have Asian folks back then.
Yeah, this needs to be updated.
Perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility.
Wait. We need flowers, not guns, but flowers. Blue.
Spread love, not hate.
Promote the general welfare.
And remember when the boxes had locks on them?
Right.
Now they're electronic tax.
And they let anybody go in there and vote. They didn't restrict you and hold you up at the line at the entrance.
Right. And now you got the flag is coming up. We are so happy to be in America. And now we got the White House. This is where it all went downhill.
There goes one more.
Yeah, it looks like Charlie Brown with Franklin.
I think that one's supposed to be Indian or something down in the corner. We're up in the corner with the afro.
Oh, so this guy at the bottom? Nah, they wouldn't. It was only black and white back then.
Oh, okay. So maybe. All right.
They didn't care.
Well, no, because what's that right there? 2 over from him.
With the sign on the back? It's a hippie.
That's a hippie.
Oh, okay.
A hippie kid.
Remember, they're not showing race; they're showing culture.
We the people. Okay, go ahead.
The USA was just starting out.
Look at that. They got rid of all the Native Americans.
Right.
And so our people spend it out. They wanted a land of
When Mexico, wait, now here's the thing. I'm going to go back to this.
The
When
Tonga
Mexico
land,
owned all of
all
this
that.
right here.
Right.
Yep.
That's why
And
we
that's
got
what
so
you
many
talk
Spanish
about.
names
Everybody
too.
else is violent. They're the most violent culture here in the United States. How they came over, what they did to as pilgrims to the natives, how they did to the slaves, how they did to the Mexicans that were all here because Mexico owned it, the Tongas whose land we're on in California, and they want to talk about violence. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Now, here's
go
the
ahead.
killer, the Louisiana Purchase. Here's Louisiana's right. How was the Louisiana Purchase all of this?
Yep.
But see, if you paid attention in school, you remember all this.
And so our people spend it out. They
Look at all those.
yeah.
New Mexico, California, Alaska. They weren't even ready yet. It's almost 1786.
wanted a land of liberty.
Remember, this is a good overview.
Like this.
Yeah, because if they were really going by the timeline, Alaska wouldn't even be on here yet.
Right.
We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice and true domestic tranquility. Yeah! Provide for the common defense.
Oh, the military upgraded.
General welfare and
Remember when they used to have these little levers?
Yeah, when you voted, click. Yep.
And it punched a little hole in the thing?
Mhm.
Boy.
Rad Stone.
Now, who are these people? Oh,
Tom,
you know who these people are? These are the people who sing and produce this show because Tom Yo is one of the singers.
Row A, row B.
Yeah.
Got it.
I like Rad Stone though. That's the big
Rad
one.
Stone.
That's your voting. That's the voting booth.
Okay, let's go.
Snatched her up.
Right.
Oh,
Right on.
See how they made it kind of comical?
Yeah.
So,
Look, they
there's your
deforested the
Constitution.
forest.
Dun, dun.
Wash it bang.
Dun, dun.
I definitely remember that one.
It always reminds me of like Carly Simon or Joni Mitchell.
Oh, right.
The folk music.
Mhm.
Okay, so next up on the
Especially
chopping
with the
block,
banjo.
Jane,
Mhm.
that's the banjo. Every time I think of the banjo, I think of Hee Haw, and I think of the doing banjos on that movie Deliverance. Ding, 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 ding.
Right.
With the albino dude that looked like he would kill you right after you beat him in the context. Okay, the next one up is the one that we really should be focusing on with all this ice around. But it's called the Great American Melting Pot. And
I think
It's
they
just supposed-
forget about that. That's
Yes,
what
they
America
really
used
do.
to be called.
exactly.
It's great to learn. Knowledge is power.
And this one you can actually see the words.
Get your baby back to that schoolhouse.
My grandmother came from Russia, a such
Oh,
journey. My grandfather had his father's cap he brought from Italy.
Man, it's Russian Italy, boy. They really got together. We're going to the new land, baby. We're going to make something of ourselves.
And there they melted in.
There's still no black
melted.
people or Hispanic. People of color.
With her book of
Recipes.
They came in on a different boat. Oh, African? Wait, sit.
Wait. Hold the show. Oh,
Armenians, Africans,
So,
English, Dutch,
we got
Chinese,
this
Poles,
list right here,
Puerto Ricans, okay,
but
Cubans.
they're not represented in the animation.
Truly.
And this
Armenians, Africans, English, Dutch, Chinese, Poles, Irish, German, Puerto Ricans, Portuguese. What does it say? Spaniards,
Norwegians,
Swedes,
Russians,
Norwegians.
Swedes, Norwegians,
Koreans,
Russians, Cubans, Mexicans,
Japanese.
Koreans.
Okay,
Wow.
so let's see the next pictures and see if we can name that culture.
Identify any of those ingredients.
Right.
America was
Haven't seen it yet. It's like bland,
also by
but
the
no
Germans,
salt.
Dutch, and French.
But look who all that is.
Sticks, our heritage is mixed. So any kid could be
Where's the
president.
African flag? Where's the Mexican flag? Where's the Korean flag?
The Japanese, right.
Oh,
Where's the Indian?
Wow. Swimming pool melting pot. And not
Yeah.
one in there.
No. And the same guy is
They
jumping.
cooking everybody.
This is how indoctrination happens, though.
America was the new world and Europe was the old. America was the land.
Boy, get yourself over there.
So the
God
legends
stand you.
told.
Get out of here.
On steamboats by the millions,
How long did it take them to
in
get there?
search of honest pay. Those
Month?
19th century
Yeah.
immigrants sailed to reach the USA.
Even that came from France.
Well, yeah, that was a little boy that had his. From, oh, was that France or Italy?
Irish too, Hungarian goulash.
Going back to the melting pot again.
Well, why don't you go down and show everybody?
What good ingredients live in
Same
the
guy,
lands? They brought the country's customs, their language and
Customs
ways.
and languages.
They build the factories to the soul.
There's that guy's name, Yo.
Yoey, Yo. Yeah.
Go on and ask your grandma, hear what she has.
He ain't gonna tell you the truth.
How great to be
Well, they said they showed the bricklayers building the country, it said, and that ain't who built the White House and all of that. That was slaves.
Yeah, we actually need to go ahead and redo these. Call it Real House Rock. Okay, well, there's that one. So,
Melting pot.
we've already showed you. I like the 2D graphics. There's the sun up, and yeah, that was a lie.
The family
I was gonna say, yeah,
album.
we could find something else.
That was totally not the truth.
That was actually pretty cool, though. I remember that one. You know, being an adult and looking at it as we were commenting throughout the whole thing, it was not very fully representing.
It wasn't
folks.
factual.
Yeah.
My mom used to say, turn that off. She looked at it going, I don't see not one person on there that's a melting pot of
Exactly.
people. She was always the cynic, but that was fine because she opened your eyes to really pay attention to it. And see, now I'm mimicking her today. Might have the table set. Okay, so next up on the list is we gotta pick a good one. There was one somebody made that wasn't the exact what do you call that?
It wasn't Schoolhouse Rock, or they did it.
No, they did a different one, but I'm gonna play this one because this is what I want everybody to focus on, because this is what a lot of you all do not understand or know about when it comes to how bills are made and how things go. And this is not I'm Just a Bill. We showed that one already. So,
And last, the three-ring
It
government.
looked like Electric Company.
3-ring circus.
Whoa, he
Look
looked
at him.
creepy as hell.
right.
Gonna have a 3-ring circus someday. People will say it's a fine one.
Them pearly whites.
Gonna have a 3-ring circus.
He's looking like a monkey as it gets further away.
People will come.
Right. Look at the noses. Look at the audience.
Wait, those are people.
Tigers, acrobats, and jugglers, and
They have people
clowns
faces.
galore. Tightrope tigers, pony riders, elephants, and so much more. Guess I got the idea right here too. Felt like a fool when they told me talking about the government and how it's arranged, divided in three.
This is actually really cool to explain the government.
Right, and that's how we learned it.
Is legislative, that's Congress.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Judiciary, see, it's kind of like my circus. Step right.
But it is a circus, for real. That was a pun.
The show's just begun. Meet the president.
Abraham Lincoln.
I am here to see that the laws get done. The ringmaster of the government. On with the show.
Yep, on with the show. That's exactly what it is.
Number 2, see what they do in the Congress. Passing laws and juggling bills. Oh, it's quite a thrill in the Congress.
A lot of them. They barely fit in the ring.
Representatives from multiple from each state.
Uh-oh, these guys.
In the spotlight, the courts take the laws and they tame the crimes, balancing the wrongs with your rights.
I ain't balancing that no more.
You're wrong.
Any other is. Each controls the other, you see.
But you guys see how this works? A lot of people didn't take this in school. They take civics.
Right. They should bring this back, man. I mean, I know you said they still have it, but they need to have the Saturday morning cartoon or put it on social media or something. There should be commercials that pop up.
Really?
Judiciary. See, it's kind of like my circus.
Kind of like my circus.
And there you go.
Little creepy
like
boy.
But until I get it, I'll do my thing. With government, it's for free.
President, Congress, and Supreme Court.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good one. I like that one. Not that I didn't the others, but that was very helpful. I remember that when I was a kid. And look at that, man. We're almost at an hour. Can you believe that?
Yeah, and that's all we have time for.
Man, 57 minutes and 29, 30, 31, 32. Yeah. As we've mentioned many a time, we're not always going to be super serious, but we always want to actually bring something that's useful for you guys. So we do bring the levity, some silly stuff, you know, like this, ooh, hump day. But then, you
said it right on time too.
But then the civics thing today, I mean, it's pertinent to what's going on in the world. I think we've lost a lot of that knowledge because a lot of the kids, they don't get taught that. And, it's just helpful. Definitely helpful, especially with us all getting a lot more involved in government now, especially local government because of what happened with the Eaton fire. Right. Look at that. Marcus said it's very useful and timely and fun. Think about this, Marcus. We could show our kids, like, look, this is how we learned a lot of this stuff, or one way that we learned, these different subjects. And there's so many more different videos.
This one, Electric Company, Sesame Street, and PBS in general.
Yeah.
They were really dedicated to making sure kids were educated. I remember one time I watched a video where Mr. Rogers went before Congress, and he needed like $2 million so that he could finish running the show for children. And the one senator or whatever was up there said, if you could convince me in about 2 minutes, you'll get your money. And this man had me almost in tears. His passion for wanting to make sure kids learned. I mean, he was a pastor to begin with. Nobody really knew that. But the kindness that he always reminded me, it kind of reminds me of my dad. He was always kind. He never got mad, at least in front of me. I remember one time he got mad at me. We ain't even going into that discussion.
So you guys were talking about we need to bring it back. And there are some newer versions of it that are like rap. There's this guy that does them, and I remember like they do have branches of government for kids. It's an educational rap lesson. Then there's one about Ruby Bridges, one about Martin Luther King. And so, yeah, people are thinking the same because we got to reach the kids where they are, right? Now. So would they listen to that mess that we just watched? Absolutely not. And so people are thinking about it and they're like, okay, but I put a link in one for you guys that's on YouTube. And literally it talks about the legislative branch and it says, I'm the one that passes the laws, talks about the 3 branches made up of the Senate, all that. It's like a quick 1-minute video, but there's some out there. I'm looking for this one guy in particular, but literally like they're doing it even at below elementary school, like little kids, because, you know, a lot of people nowadays or kids constantly want to be on an iPad or whatever. And parents are like, here you go. So they're getting it that way, which is really good, right? Because if the music and everything has changed, we got to make it for what these kids will listen to and will watch.
Who's calling the shots in the Oval Office? Vocabulary.
Yeah, I was just about to post it, but I see you did.
It goes check.
No, I said somebody posted. I was about
just one. We bring 3 talents to powers. Got to keep them separated. That's the motto. We made it. 3 branches of government. That's all. Legislative writes the laws. Executive executes laws so official. The court system is judicial. I'm the legislative branch. I write laws. Without me, it'll be anarchy, of course. Say my name. I'm called Congress, sitting on Capitol Hill. Kid, that's honest. Made up of the Senate and the House of Reps. We write a bill and send it to the president's desk. We legislate. And we roll.
Oh, it was just a temporary thing.
Yeah, a little snippet, but you know what to look for. Go subscribe.
And you know what? This is another one. It's a little more detailed. It's 3 minutes and 2 seconds, but it breaks it down a little differently because it even says like president, 4-year term requirements, U.S. citizen, 35 plus years of age, in the U.S. for 14 years, duties, you know, all that. So there's all kinds of stuff on YouTube you could look for, or people that have kids, right? If you want to start them out, or even get a refresher.
Or some adults.
I said, even get a refresher for us, because if you haven't watched it in a long time or forget, like, especially in today's age, we need to know what's going on and go back over some of this stuff.
When you listen, no, that's right. When you listen to this, it reminds me of Hamilton. If you saw the musical Hamilton.
Yo, yo, by Duncan. 1787, the Constitution was written as a better form of government compared to Britain. They chose a republic, not democratic way to rule. So government would use the Constitution as a tool. A democracy oppressed the minority, but a republic made everyone's rights a priority. Powers were broken.
Did you see Hamilton?
Made official. Executive, legislative, and
it was similar to this.
Executive is the president. Cabinet, legislative, House of Representatives, and Senate. Less judicial, the Supreme and other federal courts. All 3 are separate. The Constitution reports. The president runs.
I wonder if somebody actually did this or if it's AI.
Years, must be a citizen, 35 and live 14 years here. They command
but
the military, appoint judges they want, also make treaties, pass or veto bills, and pursue detente.
Yeah, he's not a real rapper, but
right.
Here's what it is.
I'm pretty sure it's an AI.
No, it's actually pretty cool.
And pass laws. They can also impeach officials if they've made major flaws. 435
like
in DC where they're sent. They must be citizens.
But I was also saying it reminded me of Hamilton.
Represent. The Senate's 100 senators.
Did you see Hamilton?
State to also handle impeachments, make laws and treaties too. Their terms are 6 years, Houses 2, and must work in DC. If a vote's equally divided, tiebreakers the VP. Judicial branch.
It's only a couple. Oops, sorry.
Is the high courts of the nation in charge of constitutional law interpretation. On top of subordinate justice with final say until retirement, law breaking or their dying day. New laws are really called bills till everyone agrees. They start in the House or Senate, then move to committees. Once agreed on, bills must be approved by both sides. Then it's law that signs and gives away some.
I'm doing a Harlem Shake on it.
The number of main political parties is 2. Republicans in red and Democrats in blue.
Bloods
The
and
party
Crips.
philosophies have changed over
Caucasian
time
style.
a lot, but
Marcus
are
says
so
his daughter
dumb.
listens to Hamilton every day.
Or not.
Oh, wow.
Primaries and caucuses are how
That's dope.
elections begin.
I don't think my
States
girls
choose a
watched it
candidate
yet.
for
They keep-
president who they
But
They didn't
this
want to
one's a
watch
lot
it,
more
but I wanted to
diverse.
show it to them.
Candidates campaign
Look at the AI pictures, the watercolors.
November, people vote in the election. Only U.S. citizens and 18 can vote. See, you can register online or at the DMV. You'll get a card to tell you all about your polling place. On election day, go there and bring your ID just in case. Electoral college members vote states winning choice.
Look
This
at
happens
us.
to give
Big
smaller states
5-5.
with few
We always
voters
hear
a
you.
voice. The one with
Ain't nobody
270
even
votes
close to
will
double
win.
except for
January
New York.
20th, they'll become
Nope.
president. The swearing in.
Watercolors to avoid copyright infringement.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna check the show later to see if we got dinged or not.
Well, so far we're still
We
on.
some we some dingers, some humdingers.
Assessor Jeffrey Pring's office just emailed me the stuff about tonight, the announcement. So a good thing you had already announced it.
Oh.
They're like, "Hey Tony, can you guys announce that?" I'm like, I'm going to tell them, "Yeah, we've
Say
been
less.
right."
Already done for you, made for you.
Exactly. Hit it
Well,
again.
this was a fun show today, and we learned some
Yep.
things. Or we
It's kind of
showed
cool because we can find the different ways to actually learn this stuff, and you don't have to. I mean, even some adults, I'm sure this was helpful because you don't necessarily want to have to pull out a book or read something. You can just watch it.
Mhm.
A few minutes.
And then you'll be
long.
going around singing that song, "And the Constitution of America." Oh man.
No, but that's really good, And then homeschoolers, obviously, if you're not in school but you do homeschooling, the parents will make sure, right, that they know about it. So these are just some resources that homeschooling parents and stuff can definitely have,
Yeah,
which is
I'll
cool.
pull that other one up that you sent.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have thought about it if I didn't say, "Oh yeah, homeschoolers." That's true. They call themselves homeschool pop, but
Yeah, this one's a little
Going
more,
to learn about the purpose
school oriented.
assignment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
governments are formed to keep people safe
Yeah,
and
that's
to
too
help
slow.
people work together.
Because they want to make sure you are comprehending.
The government does that by
Maybe
making
if I do the
laws.
slides like
Laws
that.
are rules made by the
You
government to
should
keep
say
people
them
safe
real
and to help
slow.
people work together.
Shoot, by the time I finish like the days,
You see,
we'd be at an
laws
hour
are
already.
the way governments
right.
fulfill
Yeah, we don't have
their
to go
purpose
through all of it.
people safe
Okay.
and to help people.
Because
Yeah, I'm not gonna play the whole
some
thing, but at
No.
least
people don't
hey, there's
learn as fast.
resources.
There's tons of
There
resources. for
are
people.
resources out there
Yeah,
for you to
and there's
learn.
keywords. So if you don't know exactly what you're
Tony,
looking
you're
for,
talking
You're
too
talking
fast.
way too fast.
You need to slow it
Got
down.
to
No,
slow
that's remedial.
down and
I know we
talk.
were imitating it.
I know.
Just a reminder.
That looked like he was
Yeah.
blowing a kiss.
We like the move.
I know, it looked just like that.
Well, I'm going to say toodles.
Too delicious.
I'm about to
I got a
pack up,
meeting in 5 minutes.
head back to Cali.
Yeah,
Have
be
a nice
safe on
few
the
days.
road
Will
down
do.
to 15 through
Yep.
that pass. I'm glad
That's
you're getting
what I-
down here before them triple digits hit up there tomorrow because it's cool down here. We're only in the 70s right now.
Yeah, relative. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Can't
Yeah.
wait.
Oh, to be down here where it's cooler.
Yeah, when it's cool. That's why I used to like when we would do our Palm Springs trip. Even this time, it'd be hot as heck in Palm Springs, and by the time we made it home, it was a good maybe 10 degrees cooler at least. It was
Easy.
always nice.
Yeah, and out there, shoot, that reminds me of being in Arizona. By 9-10 o'clock in the morning, it's already 110. You'd be like,
Yeah,
nope.
Arizona's a whole nother world, though. Too.
In the shade.
Yes.
Their stuff is way even hotter than Vegas,
It's
man. It's
stupid.
crazy.
I remember when my son ran track out there for that big invitational that's there every
Lord.
April. And in April, it was at 9 o'clock in the morning, it was 90 degrees. I was like, this is some bug. I will not. And the Chandler Invitational, yeah, we went to Chandler, Arizona, and hot. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. Crazy.
It's unbelievable. I couldn't do it. I like dry heat, but I don't like hell heat. That's
you don't
hot.
like your skin peeling off. That's what it feels like when you're in that.
Can't do it. All right, you all have a wonderful day. I don't know what y'all are eating for lunch. I know you're going to get it, Brian. I know, Jamal, you're going to be eating or heading out and eat or whatever, but be safe on the road.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your day, Brian.
You knowing, I'm about to surprise y'all with our test outro.
Right now?
Yep.
All right, y'all, then we'll say peace.
Toodles.
Peace.